Okay, so one more schedule that I think is probably important for you now. And that's the drawing list schedule. Really straightforward. There is many sheets. There's actually not a lot for you, but in our normal template that we have for other jobs that aren't LandCon specific, we have way more sheets than this. And not all of them are used though, that's the thing. So like we just have them there just set up, ready to go if we ever do need them. Let's just say this project doesn't need reflected ceiling lighting plan, and it doesn't need the perspective page either. If once I click them and I press Control click to highlight like selected ones, I just unclick this. So once I unclick it, it will disappear from this list. Yeah. So any new sheet that you add, so let's just say maybe you might need to provide a few more sections. You would just need to make sure that that sheet has this ticked so that it appears in your drawing list. It's not the end of the world if you miss it, like first time. It's just one of them things that's like, it's there, it helps, but it's not a necessity. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so some people disagree with this. um, and then this, apart from this number, that is a very standard thing in the architecture world. Ground floor plan usually is always 100 in the architecture world, and then it goes from there 100, 101. This number can sometimes change. I used to, in my last practice, have that as 120. No, 120. Depends though on how many floors the building is. So if you're working with a skyrise building, that number might need to increase. These are floor plans, so I see them as floor plans. So I see them fit in somewhere between 100 and 200, because 200 to me is like, it's the 200 series, which means elevations. Then 300 means sections. Then schedules were always, in my experience, were always in the 900 series. Perspectives doesn't need to be 800, but it just is 800. It's 800 because it's 800 in our typical, you know how I just said before, we have way more sheets than this in our non-LandCon Queensland projects. So they sort of fit a little bit nicer. I can show you actually. I'll go to a project that is non-LandCon related if I have it up. I don't. Actually, what I can do is bring up the PDF. I'll show you a project that we actually had to do a few drawings for, but still doesn't have every single one. Jobs are always varied. Depends on the client, depends on the builder of what they want and what they're willing to pay for, I guess, as well. So I'm just opening this job up. Let me know when you can see that. So see how many more sheets there is? Yeah. So that's, yeah, there's a bit more. But for me, that's still, I mean, like, that's appropriate for what we got paid for this job. But back where I used to work, there could be up to 100 sheets of drawings. Not on houses. Houses are always going to be way less drawings than that. But like I'm talking when I was working on like multi-residential apartment buildings and stuff, like 10 stories or 20 stories and stuff. There's just way more detail. Yeah, way more detail, way more floor plans to show. But with this job, we put a bit more effort into this just because it was quite a good client. It's got a fair bit of money. So these units are actually going to be quite expensive. Really nice finishes and stuff. So I actually did some kitchen and bathroom and ensuite details. Like they're not finished. Like they're not building worthy. Like a builder wouldn't be able to refer to these drawings and know how to build. They're more illustration purpose, I guess, like the vision. So obviously you can see our electrical plans in this one. I'm just trying to get to that page so I can show you. So we did sections, and then we also did wall sections as well. So we did sections of sections and then details of them sections. So this is what I'm trying to show you, this one. So I did like an enlarged version of that floor plan to show in the kitchen as 1:50 instead of 1:100. It just allows you to be a bit more, you can just put more detail into it without it being all crammed into a floor plan. Yeah, so it's just a bit neater, a bit more readable. But at the same time, some builders don't like it because they don't like flicking through all the pieces of paper. So, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it's just very varied between who you get. Preferably, I'd actually prefer to work off that. Like, I just like things looking clean and neat. Yeah, and then like I said, like you can't see the doors or the drawers or anything like that, but it's there just to show the vision. Yeah, so you'll be able to work on some of that stuff. And is that what? Sorry, manual? No, Revit. Yeah. There's ways of tweaking your 3D views in Revit. So like if I was to go in, are you back on the Revit screen right now? Yeah. Oh, anyway, I'll stop the video. I'll stop recording.